would you want your daughter's daughter, if you had a daughter, if you have a daughter, to be a prostitute?
What a silly question.
No, this is an answer. I have an answer.
This is such a stereotypical question. No, we got to take a time out here. This question is a tired question that people love to ask sex workers as a stereotypical gotcha question.
It's not a gotcha question.
I have an answer.
Why are you asking that question?
Why did you not object? You didn't object to me asking the son question.
Because most people don't ask about, would you want your son to see a sex worker? No, legitimately, the majority of people don't ask, would you want your son to see a sex worker, and have an elevated conversation about it. The conversation around, would you want your daughter to be a sex worker? That's a question that gets tossed around constantly. That's like asking a sex worker to do her makeup in the mirror. Everybody knows what that looks like.
Motorsports donated $100.
But I switched recently.
Okay, so the question was, and you see, I mean, everything that you said does nothing to refute the question that I asked.
I'm curious why you're asking it, because everybody wants to know, oh, your daughter, it's your daughter.
I'm the host of a podcast asking various questions.
But what does this have to do with our children? We are consenting adults choosing to do something with our own careers. Why not ask us about our careers and what we are doing because of sex work, for example, the things that we can afford to do.
It's a fair question to ask because,
I can answer too.
Like your children are part of your life and your career.
Like nobody wants to talk about their kids
at 18.
Yeah, well, it's a dating talk podcast.
I know,
dating
that comes up.
generally,
Talk about
so
children,
generally,
I just
dating,
feel like kids are one of those things that
so
we don't
generally
really
dating
need to
leads to
talking
marriage,
about.
and then usually marriage leads to kids.
Not always.
Come on, let's
Do you feel
be
like it's a gotcha question because it's most likely a no from a lot of people?
I don't think it has anything to do with
again and
the
like
answer.
and I want to go back to like when you said if a girl came to me and talked to me about wanting to be an escort.
This is why I got the massage there.
You know, same with my daughter. I want to know why. I want to understand why, and then I would educate her on the right way to do it.
Would you advise your daughter, like say she came to you and she wanted to get into this line of work, would you guide her away from it? Or would you, as you said, try to encourage her to do it?
I would want to understand, why, what is the motivation?
Money. Let's just say she wants money.
Oh. Then I'll give you money. It's like, it's the thing is, you have to understand how people are raised. So if a child, like I was not raised in the best household, but I'm choosing to break those chains, those curses, whatever, with my daughter. So my daughter's never going to think, oh, I want to do sex work, because she's not being raised in an environment that's breeding that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, so the question is, would you want your daughters to be prostitutes? I'm asking you. I'm starting with you, and we'll go around this way. Go ahead.
Again, I have goats. I have goat kids here. I am not a parent, so I do want to lead with that here. This is all very theoretical here, so I can't speak from the same level as...
You're allowed to have an opinion.
I don't. I only want goats and horses. Thank you so very much.
Okay, then that could be your answer.
So I don't want kids, and if I wanted to have a daughter and she wanted to be a sex worker, sure, she can be a sex worker.
Modest Kikima donated $100.
That's fine.
Thank you.
This episode, sex work is a blessing of God, sex work a stepping stone to God. My kids wouldn't come up in dating. What degen crap you peddling, Brian? Masseuse is Tiffany. Bet would be fired if I came on.
Okay. Hey, we're trying something new. We're doing an all sex worker panel.
Clickbait, baby.
We're trying to do a little something different.
We are always a clickbait use.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's nothing wrong with doing sex work. What makes this career such a problem for people? It's like, ooh, what happens if your daughter wants to be, I don't know, in the military? I think I'd have more problems with my child wanting to be in the military than I would with them wanting to be a sex worker. I'd be more concerned about their safety if they wanted to ride horses professionally for a living. I'd be more concerned for their safety if they wanted to be an EMT in a risky area. Like, there are far more challenging careers than being a sex worker out there. I don't know why it's such a big deal. Like, okay, sure, great, be a sex worker. Cool.
I mean, I think you're looking for a yes or no, and it's so much more complex than just like yes or no. Like, there's so much more behind it.
You don't need to give a yes or no, but I'm hoping you can give brief answers.
My answer
to my
is
question.
Just give the short version, and then if you want to explain, you can explain.
In short, it's no.
Okay.
In short, it's
somebody
no.
who's spent the whole entire time.
Yeah. I would definitely say no because of the experience I have myself and the wonderful, it's been more than 15,000 people we've helped out of sex work, that no, too dangerous.
For me, if she came to me so I get my Tantra practitioner's certification this upcoming year, and if she said, Mom, I want to be like you, and I like how you're into Tantra, and I like how you do that at the broth, I like how you heal, are really into healing and having this experience with people, I'd say, okay, well, you can go to these retreats, I'll pay for you to go to these retreats. And if you really enjoy that, there are brothels available for you to work at. But if she just says, oh my gosh, Mom, I want to make a lot of money like you, and I don't really want to do that. That's not my style. And I'm just trying to, get money. And I'd be like, didn't you learn anything from your mother? Like literally, didn't you learn anything from my life? Because obviously she would know it. Yeah.
I have a hot take on the daughters being sex workers, because after just hearing you speak, because the foundation of my work is in Tantra, and like I said, I still feel like I'm in sex work. It just looks different. Okay. And I do have a belief that all women are actually sex workers. It just, the way that we identify, the way that we identify sex work.
Erroneous. Wait, hold on. All women are sex workers.
All women are sex workers.
Let her finish.
Literally, all women have sexual energy. All women work with their sexual energy to create not only life. She's giving you a back massage. Did you cook today?
Yes.
Okay, so you used your sexual energy. You used your creative. You used
How is
your
cooking sexual?
You because you're looking. Wait. Because you're looking at sexual as like, oh, I'm doing this and I'm like getting turned on. Sexual energy is creative life force energy. So when you're creating anything, a painting, I'm creating words. When you're cooking,
like Kundalini.
Yeah, it's Kundalini. So whenever you're creating anything, you're literally using your sacral sexual energy. So all people are sexual beings. All women use their sexual energy to create.
Are you saying chefs are sex workers?
Yeah. Chefs are sex workers. I'm using that as an example, but I'm saying anything that you're creating, you're using this life force energy, your sacral energy. It's literally a motor in your body, which I could go into that rabbit hole and I won't.
I mean,
it's a motor center in your body, though.
I think we also need to be careful too about
and there's science behind
saying
that, by
there's
the way.
one right way to do sex work.
Yeah.
Sex work takes so many different forms and fashions for so many different people.
Correct.
It's really multifaceted. I mean,
correct.
We've all assumed here that we're talking about brothel work.
Yes.
That's why I said
sex
no.
work. Not a single person has said, what if it was phone sex work?
Yeah.
What if they
Tantra
were
massage.
a sex therapist? What if they were someone who was a certified Tantra practitioner?
And
Tantra
Tantra's not even about
sex.
sex. Tantra is not even about sex. That's the thing. There's a small percentage of
You're
Tantra.
saying that Madison over there, when she was cooking earlier today,
That means I'm a sex.
That means that you were working. That means that you were working with your sexual energy to create something, to manifest something, and that's literally what sex workers do. We have an intention. We go in. We manifest. We create, and then we have a tangible result, which is money. That's our tangible manifestation of the night.
But you mentioned specifically when she was cooking earlier today. How does that relate
that's an action.
to sex
Okay,
work?
so creating. I'm creating words right now.
That's sex work?
Let me get to it.
What's the we need to define what sex is, because it's definitely.
So I'm talking about using your sexual energy to create. And we all use our sexual energy to create.
We're talking about Tantra here.
It's not even about Tantra. It's literally science. It's our sacral energy. Look up the sacral. Look up your sacral energy.
So
it's sexual energy. It's life force.
How do you measure sacral energy?
Sacral, it's literally a chakra.
So how do you measure that?
I don't know. I don't know how you measure
science,
that. It's life force energy.
Needs observational.
Look it up. I don't know.
So,
I bet you can find it though.
Yeah, you can say look it up, but so if you have done all of this research and you say it's scientific is measured by the scientific method. So you have to be able to observe something, and it has to be repeatable, and it has to be measured.
Okay,
and then,
the chakra system is proven.
How did you measure that?
I don't know how they fucking measured it.
It's a belief system.
It's not a belief system.
It's not scientific. It might be a belief system. I can't say you don't believe that.
Don't challenge people's beliefs. Everybody has different beliefs. We're not here to call people's beliefs into question.
You called my beliefs into question.
Nobody said to you, you're wrong, Jesus doesn't exist.
It's literally proven that we all have energy centers.
See, that's the thing. So I can challenge your beliefs. I think
not
beliefs
offended by
should
it.
be
I'm
challenged.
not a sex worker.
You're not.
I'm not saying.
I'm not a
I said
sex
we
worker.
all work.
You
Our
are
sex,
working the show, aren't you, for all these trolls?
our sex. Well, that's.
I wonder if
that's
anyone's
the
like
thing.
masturbating with a
My
dick.
We're
last
all,
ever
are
like
working with our
somebody
sexual
did.
energy.
Yeah.
Our sacral is a motor center in our body. It's in human design. There are so
This is